You are powerful. So powerful that you cause your own suffering and you can create your own healing. And how do you do this? Well, it all starts with the mind. With the mind, you can create an incredible, beautiful life for yourself. In this video, we'll go into detail about what to do, how you can think, and I'll also be providing an activation that will help you realize your own power. So let's realize it. This comes up all the time in the two classes that I teach online. One to help you remove negative entities, and one to help you create a high vibrational life. Invariably, I receive messages and questions like this. I find myself down in the dumps, experiencing depression symptoms all the time. I need to strengthen my backbone and my personal will. Do you have anything that would help me clear this? Yes, I do. However, what I want to do with people like this is help you figure it out for yourself so that you don't have to rely on me or other healers. Always know that you are powerful, and your thoughts are the first way that you exert your power. And the good thing is, you do have control over your thoughts. Let's demonstrate. Let's assume right now that you're worried about something in your life. You are thinking about that concern. Maybe it's work related, and you're picturing yourself not getting a job or maybe getting laid off. If I told you right now, think about Santa Claus. You can quickly picture what he looks like, what he sounds like, and what that means from a seasonal perspective. You might think about the weather. You might think about your memories of Christmas, at childhood, all kinds of different thoughts. And during that time, at least temporarily, your thoughts about losing your job are lost as you focus on Santa or the Christmas season. But you'd also notice that your emotional worries about your job are still there while you are thinking about Santa. Maybe your thoughts aren't directly thinking about it, but your emotions can still be felt. Even if you have completely different emotions related to Santa Claus, you aren't going to feel those Santa Claus emotions because you're still feeling your job worries from a few minutes ago. What I'm illustrating here is that thoughts are fast and emotions are slow. You can think about something instantly, but your emotions are much slower to come around. But thoughts almost always precede emotions. Your thoughts are the nimble leaders of your experience, and your emotions are your slow trailing reaction to those thoughts. So that means that your incredible power is first demonstrated by your thoughts. And thoughts like, I need to strengthen my backbone and I should have stronger willpower, are extremely destructive thoughts because they carry with them judgment. The words need and should are judgment words. Anytime you say those words, you are in judgment. And so what's wrong with judgment? We hear about it all the time, that this is something that we need to get over. But why do we need to get over it? That's because judgment is resistance. Judgment is the opposite of flow. When you're in a state of judgment, you are using lower vibrational emotions to judge yourself. You're frustrated with yourself. You're impatient with yourself. You're disappointed in yourself. You cannot heal yourself and you cannot move into positive emotional experience by using lower vibrational emotions. So how do you overcome judgment? One of the things I talk about all the time is perfection. And there are two types of perfection. There's the perfection without flaws, which is the one that your parents wanted you to be, your teachers wanted you to be, and maybe even still today, your bosses want you to be. But that type of perfection, the one without flaws, does not exist anywhere in the universe. It simply doesn't exist. But then there's another type of perfection, and that perfection is perfection with flaws. And that exists absolutely everywhere in the universe. You could even argue that that's what the universe is made of. And what's so great about this? Well, that's what you're made of as well. You are perfect with flaws. And you actually created this incarnation of you that you decided to incarnate into. You as your higher self, you as source, created this being with all of the flaws that you have, very specifically to go through this life having forgotten that you are your higher self, having forgotten that you are source, and having forgotten that you are infinite, so that you could take this particular life seriously. So what are you doing? You're judging the view and the perspective of the creator, yourself, your higher self, your soul, and saying, you didn't do a very good job in creating this being. That's impossible. Who am I going to trust? Am I going to trust you, your incarnate self, with your perspective, your very limited perspective of the universe? Or am I going to trust your higher self, or you as source? It's a no-brainer. I'm always going to pick the one that has universal knowledge and very specifically created you with all of your flaws. So you can relax. All of your flaws are perfectly on purpose. And with that knowledge, you can relax and say, I don't have to continue to judge this, because by continuing to judge it, I continue to put myself into a lower vibrational emotional state. So if judgment of our perfection actually holds us back, then what are we to do? Well, we have to figure out what's the opposite of judgment. The opposite of judgment is acceptance and allowance and being at peace with exactly who you are. Only then will you find a clear path to peace or to the resolution of the suffering that you're trying to find. And there's actually kind of another opposite of acceptance. And that is desire. If you are in a state of desire, you are not accepting your current situation. You want something different. And so what are you saying to the universe? You're saying, not good enough, man. Give me something better. And that is another resistance, a resistance to the overall plan that you as source created. So by moving into a state of acceptance for everything that is, including you, you move into a state of flow. And that state of flow, paradoxically, takes you exactly where you want to go. The other key is the realization of how powerful you are. So when you create tension over how you should feel or how you need to do this or that, then you slow down the process. But when you release that tension and let things be, then you float like a cloud higher and higher into the sky. And that's your power at work. You are powerful, meaning that when you use your mind to create resistance and tension, that it will hinder your healing. But when you use your mind to realize the perfection of yourself and the world, then you start using your power in an incredible way. There are two approaches that I think will really help you get there. One is to recognize that you know that you will get there, and wherever there is not really as important. But most likely you are finding this video because you are on a spiritual journey. You are moving towards self-healing. And knowing that that journey eventually gets you to a spot where you are way better than you currently are, or way more comfortable, or way more at peace, or whatever, then knowing that you will eventually get there can actually put you at peace a little bit now. So you can start to say, all right, I don't have to work so hard. I don't have to struggle so hard. I don't have to have impatience, because those things are all lower vibrational emotions. Just knowing for sure that you will eventually make the progress that you're searching for, that you're hoping for, puts you at peace in the moment. And speaking of peace in the moment, how about right now? What if you were to go ahead and put yourself at peace for the moment, even if it's just for 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Go ahead and sit down and relax and close your eyes and go into a meditative state. Focus on your breathing and really relax just for a moment, a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds, and you'll see that peace that you are striving so much for. It's actually right there, and it's available to you right now. All right. From here, I would like to go ahead and perform an activation. And this activation will help you realize your own power. So let's go ahead, get into a comfortable position, and close your eyes. Take a nice big deep breath. And relax as you exhale. Feel yourself sinking into your chair. Feel the pressure of your body weight against the chair or the bed or whatever, or the floor or the pillow, whatever it is that you're resting yourself on. Feel the temperature of the room on your skin. I want you to picture yourself standing in a grassy field. The sun is warm and shining on your face, and you can hear the rustling of the grass and the wind all around you. I want you to picture yourself with your arms wide in a pose of acceptance for the unlimited energy of the universe coming to you through our star. To realize your own power, all you have to do is recognize who you truly are. And who you truly are is an infinite being. And this infinite being is the creator of all things. This infinite being has intentionally forgotten that it is infinite. It has intentionally forgotten that it is the creator. And it, or you, have placed yourself in this particular incarnation, intentionally forgetting how powerful you are. But what we want to do is call a little bit of that power back. And so I'm already picturing you now glowing with a yellow golden energy all around you in all directions. And your aura is continuing to expand and continuing to expand. And you're even lifting up off the ground because you are so powerful. You can really do anything you want. And gravity is simply a creation of yours. And you can make it non-existent. And as you float there with your eyes closed above the grassy field, still feeling that warmth of the sun on your skin, your power surging through you and swirling around you. You can rest comfortably in knowing that you truly are the infinite being. And this world is just a whim of yours. The way my activations work is, I will say breath in, you'll take a nice big deep breath, you'll hold it at the top, and you'll wait for me to say the word awaken. And then you can exhale. This word will be a little bit explosive, so be warned. Breath in. Awaken! Excellent. I can feel the feedback from that activation was pretty strong. So I think many of you are going to feel something quite different in yourself now moving forward. This truth that you are this powerful being. And the first place to start with using this power is with your mind. Knowing your perfection, knowing the truth that who you are, knowing your power, and guiding yourself through life, realizing all of this is true, and being able to look at negative situations and say, wow, that's very interesting. What a creation that I have made. What an experience that I have created for myself. This is a position of power over being buried by your negative situations, but to instead observe and rise above your negative situations. And actually, maybe even enjoy them a little because of all they're teaching you. When you're ready for all of this to be true, then you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for participating in that activation. I love to do these and I love to help as much as possible. There's another really cool activation you can download from my website that will give you the ability to transcend a nervousness emotion at the moment that you're having it. So if you're worried about an upcoming experience, whether you be talking in front of a group or asking for a raise or any other nervous experience, this will eliminate the experience, the feeling of the nervousness completely so that you can go about it with a clear head and a clear mind. I'll leave a link so you can download that activation in the description below. A quick blurb about my activations. The activations that I do on YouTube are generally just a few seconds to a few minutes. In comparison, when I'm doing one-on-one sessions or in my classes, the activations are more like 30 or 40 minutes. So these activations can be extremely helpful, but really they're just a sampling of what we do together. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this video. I encourage you to subscribe and to leave a comment and let me know what you learned or if you have any further questions or what you experienced in the activation. I love hearing that, and it also helps promote the channel through the YouTube algorithm, so you'll be helping me out in that way. I love you unconditionally, and I'll see you in the next video.